So, welcome to another episode of Ask a Black Dad. And we're going to do it differently because we're giving another giveaway. That's right, we're giving another $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. 2020 has been one heck of a year. And this is our way of saying thank you for your support and let's get this year out of here. If you thought nothing could go wrong after everything that's gone wrong in 2020, all 2020 had to say was, wait, hold my beer. So for all those that are maybe having a little hard time, hopefully this will help somebody. I would love to be able to bless everybody, but I can't. So we're going to bless one person. Again, how do you win? Subscribe. You want to make your chances even better? Comment. You want to make it even better? Like, share. You want to make it even better? Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. These are ways that we can help give somebody, bless somebody in 2021 with $100. Now, the final days for the giveaway are the 21st. So everything has to be done by the 21st, and we're going to announce the winner on the 23rd. So by the 21st, we're going to pick a winner, and on the 23rd, we're going to announce it. What do you think about that, woman?
January 21st?
January 21st, everything has to be done. We're going to pick a winner.
On what day?
January 21st. And the 23rd, we're going to announce it.
Sounds good to me.
And with that being said, I'd like to introduce my wife in the alcoholic section, or the drunk alley.
Not drunk.
Dawn, or woman, as we call her. I love when my kids were little, they'd be like, woman. They used to repeat after me, woman.
Hello.
So we always do what's called, I always like to joke around in the beginning most of the time and say, here's a true story.
Any true stories about me?
No, not about you this time.
Okay.
But real quick, we're going to talk about not only the giveaway, we're going to talk about, somebody asked me and they said, am I going to take the COVID-19 vaccination shot? I said, first of all, this is where true stories come in. Here's a true story. A true story that starts with the Tuskegee experiment. You know, how they took black folks as black males and they experimented on them, which also affected some of the females that they were messing with.
The women.
We have the Guatemala STD study where the United States said, hey, you know what? For some reason, they got fixated with diseases, with STDs. And they said, well, you know what? We want to study it, so let's infect the people from Guatemala. The U.S. government did that. We have the Agent Orange experiment where they experimented on prisoners, told me it was dermatology. And then they found out it didn't work and still, sent it over there in Vietnam. They knew it killed the foliage, but they knew it affected the servicemen, and they still used it. We have the black cancer patients, research that was done out of a doctor in Cincinnati where they wanted to know how much radiation can a human body take. This was during the Cold War, beginning of the Cold War. And they took sick cancer patients who were black and poor, and they doused their bodies with enormous amounts of radiation. They figured like, hey, they're gonna die anyway, nobody cares. And they did that. And then we have what's called the Monster study, which was done on a bunch of orphans who stuttered. They had stuttering problems, so they thought, what they're stuttering, they're orphans, nobody knows them, nobody loves them or whatever. So let's see if we can stop them from stuttering or see what makes stutter happen. They experimented on them. And the list goes on and on. But with that being said, and everything equal as we know it, I don't have to make that decision right now. I'm not in healthcare. I'm not a frontline or a first responder. So I have time to sit back, watch all the data come in, see how people are reacting to it, make sure that nobody's turned to a zombie. And then I can make a wise and a decision based on judgment and knowledge, and not just base it on saying, well, back then this is what happened, so I'm gonna make that decision. And I always go to this, when we first moved to Westlake, it's a suburb outside of Cleveland, some of the our black family members said, you can't move there, they don't, blacks shouldn't move to Westlake because of this is happening, that's happening. My kids they go to Miami of Ohio, and wonderful school, but it took a while for it to get integrated and get accustomed to people of color. My kids went there, enjoyed it. There's hiccups that came along with it, But if you listen to everybody telling you what you shouldn't do, you miss out on a lot of things.
Right, but that's anything in life. It wasn't just African-American families and friends. It was also, you also had your white friends and things of that nature when they first heard that we're moving out here. But, people are hesitant of anything that is different. Hesitant of anything that may come sooner than what they expected. But that even goes back to the vaccine. Hesitation comes along with not just the different experiments that happened in the past, such as the ones that you mentioned, but hesitation at the fact that vaccines usually take anywhere from 3 to 5 years to develop. But here we are with the corona vaccination within less than a year. So just like there was hesitation in regards to wearing the face mask, things being mandatory, people have a lot of hesitation in regards to it, and a lot of questions. So yeah, that whole sit back and wait to see what happens to everyone else. What are those side effects? Just this week there was some on the news, they were talking about some side effects, such as those who have severe allergies. They had a side effect, side effects in regards to muscle pain, and it felt like you were punched in the arm. It reminds me of when the babies were getting their vaccination, how they were sore in those areas, and we would try to give them Tylenol, just ahead of time, just to ease ease that pain, so it's a lot of things. It's still a lot of wait and sees. Right now they're talking about doing the vaccinations and in such a specific order. So, in regards to healthcare workers and those in assisted living or nursing homes and things of that nature. So it's a lot of things that are coming out of that, seeing that the first vaccination was it a 90-year-old woman in England? Yeah. So.
But like I said, I don't have to make that decision, and I'm not going to be the one who runs around on social media telling people, don't get that vaccine. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? I have no knowledge of anything except for the fact that I do happen to know what happened in the past, and I can't afford to let the past be the guiding light only. That can't be it.
Well, you do expect for them to ask, right?
Right, they ask.
Because the show is Ask a Black Dad.
Well, they ask, and like I said, I have been given the privilege and the opportunity to sit back and relax. And don't get me wrong, I understand. It's funny to me, just Friday, which we shoot on Saturdays most of the times. So this is a Saturday, and what was it, Thursday? Trump 45 threw a grenade in the thing. So I'm gonna fire you if you don't hurry up and authorize the use of this. I'm like, why would he keep it? The reason a lot of people are scared of it is because the politics that got involved in it.
Don't get me started. That's just all about him trying to exert his authority like he really cares. And, we've been here for 4 years along with him. And also, too, with this whole fiasco of him trying to overturn the votes. So, with that being said, okay, yeah, all right. How much weight is behind that?
Yeah, so he has contaminated the pool. When people used to, if anybody wants to know, when people hear words that, he's doing this, he's just muddying up the waters.
Right.
This is muddying up the waters. It really is affecting how people are going to take in the information they need from doctors to say, okay, I need to protect not only myself, but my loved ones. And even just people you don't know. And, look how the mask, how did wearing a mask become, people are saying, wearing a mask is against liberty. Wearing a mask is somehow another form of slavery. I don't even know how you parched your lips to say that, staying at home and not being able to go to the store. Now, there's been some rules that maybe, the one restaurant in California where the lady has an open restaurant area, and then right next door to her, a couple of feet over, people were allowed to shoot a movie, and they fed them in the open area, but she had to shut down. There are some things we got to fix.
Right.
But it's not about letting people sit up there and muddy the waters up and tank it. I had one friend of mine on social media who follows number 45, King Trump, Donald Trump.
We don't mention that name.
And they stood there and they told me that how everybody should be thankful that he's responsible for the vaccine. I'm like, he's not that smart. But anyway, Operation Warp Speed, he had to do something. And people around him got that started. So the doctors and scientists find the vaccine. And I'm like, okay, good. Are you going to take it? I'm not taking it. Whoa, wait a minute. Didn't you just praise him? Didn't you just say he did everything you wanted? He got the vaccine for us. But now you're saying you don't trust the vaccine because the waters are so muddy. He muddied the waters for himself, for his own people, for the people that follow him. He muddied the waters for them.
Well, why do you think that he muddied the waters for those who are his followers?
Well, they knew he lies. They know he lies.
Oh, his followers, you mean?
Yeah, they know
that means everybody.
But they pretend that they don't know he lies.
Oh, okay.
And so now all of a sudden, now it's time to put up or shut up.
Right.
Put your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Drink the poison, maybe. And they're scared. They don't want to do it.
You mean his followers?
Yeah, his followers. Some of the followers are like, no, I'm not doing it.
Well,
I understand.
But I think this is common fear. A lot of people, regardless if they are followers of number 45 or not, people have genuine fear. They had fear in regards to wearing a mask, as you mentioned, in regards to the fact of their civil liberties. Their civil liberties.
That's not fear. I think that was more of just being defiant.
I think, some of that, yes. In regards to that, I'm just saying the genuine fear, regardless of what your political, your political following is or your allegiance is because some people have fear of their freedom of choice, their civil liberties being taken away from them.
But wearing a mask, I don't want to get off subject. Wearing a mask is like putting on a seatbelt.
Well, I'm just saying you mentioned.
Where's my freedom of choice at for a seatbelt? I mean.
Right. Well. But people aren't thinking about the seatbelt. They're thinking about the fact that you are telling me what I have to do. Huh? Even though what you're telling me I have to do is in my best interest, I don't want you to tell me what to do. So I'm just saying, just to bring back up what you were talking about before with regards to the face mask. But in regards to the vaccination, I'm pretty sure the same thing that drives you. You are making choices based upon your fear.
Well, I hope.
Not you particularly. You.
I don't know. Like I said, I look at it like this. I think they said 62% of America, white America, said they'll take the vaccine. Only 40-something% of black America said they'll take it. And I understand why black America is like, oh, hold up.
You said that they would take it?
They would take it. 41% of black America said they would take it. So you got about, 56%, 57%, 8% saying no, they wouldn't. And I understand why they're saying it. Because the history of how blacks have been treated when it came to, hey, let me put this in your arm. Why don't y'all come to the hospital for this? So blacks have a tendency to say, well, we already know that the treatment we get right now is subpar. Something, right. You know what I'm saying? So we have that, and we have to build trust. And the one thing I don't want to do, that's why I told everybody else, I said, because I don't have to make that decision right now, because I'm not a nurse or doctor, I'm not a policeman, I'm not at an old folks home, I can sit back and I have that luxury to sit back and really take in the facts. You know what I'm saying? Right. And without sitting up there and polluting it and muddying up the waters even more. I don't want anybody who listens to me, my kids or my family, say, oh, I ain't taking it. I'll say, sit back. Let's see what happens.
No worries, because it's not like you're at the front of the line anyway, right? So it'll probably be, sometime in July of next year before you're even eligible, to make that choice in regards to whether or not you're going to take the vaccination.
So like I said, if everybody can sit back, take a breath, and breathe, and let's see what happens. Let's watch it. I'm getting to the point that I don't like. I'm getting tired of seeing they give out 100 shots and 2 people, 3 people. Oh my God, I had a fever, and it becomes this small majority becomes so. The small minority becomes so loud. Every vaccination you get, there are going to be those that have some kind of reaction to them. But that doesn't mean you don't vaccinate. Right. And I want people to understand this. The trepidation of black people not to be leery of this vaccination is not the same as those people who say, let's not get vaccinated for smallpox, chickenpox, rubella, measles. Right. They're not the same. Black people aren't going there. We're saying, hey, this is something new that came out. We want to know. You got to come to us and tell us exactly what's happening, because like we said in our last episode, forgive and forget.
Right.
Black people may have forgotten. Forgave, but they ain't forgotten nothing. They remember.
Right. So you're saying both. You're saying with African Americans then that their hesitation comes from historical. Just like you mentioned about in regards to Tuskegee and things of that nature. I can understand that.
And a lot of people come and like I said, we got to reach out to the community, and we can't hurt the community by saying, "Hey, don't do it."
Right.
And then because right now COVID is saying, "Hey, I don't care who you are. I will affect everybody you love if I can."
But understand too is that millions of people take prescribed pills every day. You see it. I'm going to just mention Viagra. Okay, so the Viagra commercial.
What is Viagra for?
I'm just saying the commercials. I said commercials. The Viagra commercials. People listen. Name some of the side effects they mention on the commercials in regards to Viagra. Diarrhea.
You go blind.
Yes, go blind.
I had to go in and get a shot in the penis.
But and I mention that because millions of men still take that blue pill, even with those side effects, forewarned side effects. So I say that to say that just look at any pills that you may take. There are side effects with anything that you may ingest in your body, but your decision is willing not to take a chance on those side effects, or so side effects may even be minimal at best. So, but I'm with you in regards to the whole wait and see. The wait and see.
We get the opportunity, and I don't want to, like I say again, I don't want to get too deep into it. We really just did this just to announce again that we're having a $100 Amazon giveaway.
Oh, that's a bright spot of this conversation.
Bright spot, because 2020 is going to be gone. Start your new year off right.
Yeah.
The 21st is when we're going to pick the winner, and the 23rd is when we're going to announce it. Again, let's get it in there. Subscribe. Make sure you comment, like, share, follow us on all the social media platforms. All those things will help give you an opportunity, one up on the other person, that maybe we can bless you in 2021 as we go forward. And I hope you guys have a happy holiday, whatever you're celebrating, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is. If it ain't nothing but running around, jumping in the snow or jumping in the mud, whatever it is, I hope you do it safely. I hope you protect yourselves, your family, and your loved ones, and protect people you don't know. Wash your hands, social distancing, wear your mask. Hey, and if you're out there and you want to ask a Black Dad face covering, let us know. Send us an email. We got a couple hanging around, swag. We'll send it to you. We like to close the show out with a quote. And this quote, it just hit me when I was thinking about the virus vaccine. And it says, "The wise does at once what the fools do at last." Again, the wise does at once what the fool does at last. A lot of people, I take that to look at a lot of things. People say, "Man, if I'd have been right on it, I wouldn't have got sick." And I lost some friends to the virus, and I bet they would love to have the opportunity to talk to their family, their kids, their siblings, just an opportunity. So let's not pass it up because we're not willing to sit down and really take an honest look. Get over the past. When I say get over it, we gotta understand things have gotten better. But we gotta understand the situation that this virus has put us in, and we have to be willing to move forward, and we move forward using our brains and the knowledge that we receive. So let's make sure we make the right decision. And with that being said, take care of yourselves. Don't forget the giveaway, $100. Somebody, we want to bless somebody. And with that being said, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And remember, I love you.
To our families, to yours, be safe, be well, and be blessed.